And I do believe that we have rotten politics, and I'm not using that as an exaggeration.
Hey everyone and welcome. Our fuel is changing, and as you are aware, we have gone from unleaded, which is a biomixed fuel, 5% ethanol, 95% petrol, to the dreaded E10, which is 10% ethanol. This, I revealed in a previous video, was found to reduce miles per gallon, cost more in the long run monetarily for us, but also would mean we use more fuel, not less. On top of that, there is a sinister side to this in the respect of it hurting your car engines. Check out the video, everyone, if you want to find out what I mean by that. If you do, don't forget to come back though. Keeping this quiet, aren't they? Didn't tell you that, did they? Let's listen to this gentleman lay out the threat, shall we?
Alright, so I just want to make everyone aware, the government is changing the fuel to ethanol. And the reason why they're doing this is it degrades the older cars quicker, so they're trying to take off all the old cars off the road, and they're being sneaky by doing this, by adding ethanol to our fuel, which is going to damage the delivery system of the fuel and will also damage the engines. This is something to be really wary of, and if you have an older car, so if you're looking pre-2010, at least probably pre-2015, it's something you need to look into, is actually changing your fuel delivery system to actually help combat the ethanol that they're adding to the fuel.
Now that video prompted a deep dive into the biomix fuel ethanol mix, which is the E10 fuel, as you can imagine, and it revealed quite a few shocking things. If you've not seen the video, deep dive, here it is. If you do go and watch it, don't forget to come back. This is important, everyone. Now E10 is 10% ethanol, and ethanol, that they don't tell you, is corrosive to engines, fuel delivery systems and gaskets, etc., even alloy metals. Now, this is being proven on a daily basis, and I thought we'd have a run through it because it is something that no one else was talking about. This video did do really well, 240,000 views, so a lot of people did see it. So hopefully the message got out quite well, and there is evidence at the end that it did, so we'll have a look through that. Now, it's not just me, obviously, and this gentleman that have found out what the self-servatives and the watermelon green lobby didn't and don't tell you. You amazing, great people have picked up on it too, and have proven right what I found. Drivers run the risk of serious damage to car engines after using new E10 fuel. Drivers run the risk of serious damage to their car engine by using the new E10 fuel compound, according to a leading car dealer. Now, I know what the green commies will say to that. He's got a vested interest, skin in the game, so to speak. But let's listen to what he says first, shall we, before we judge. David Billsborough, business owner at Cheshire Cars, said many owners won't be able to run on E10. He warned any drivers who are experiencing problems with their vehicles could be suffering from the effects of the new petrol. He said it certainly is the case that in some cars you will only be able to use E5. You won't be able to run them on E10 without serious risk and serious damage to your engine. E5, if you didn't know, is super unleaded, everyone. For some people, you will need to just use E5. E5 is also less than 5% ethanol, so less corrosive. He added, it has 10% ethanol in it, weakening the mixture. His warning comes just after Jonathan Barber, a managing director of Parks MOT, warned they had seen a range of fuel-related issues in recent months. Ticking off all of these boxes, isn't it, everyone? He warned the risks of E10 damage would only worsen in the months ahead, especially at times over Christmas and winter. So even MOT specialists are seeing damage to fuel delivery systems. Remember, everyone, this fuel has only been in place for 3 months, and MOTs are already seeing the damage. Most can be fixed in service, they've said, at massive expense to you, the vehicle owner. They don't say that, I did that, but it's true, it would be at massive expense to you. And that's not the only cost passed on to the consumer, you. E10 concerns over greener petrol, with drivers seeing tricky fuel efficiency problems. Fuel efficiency problems I wouldn't describe as tricky, would you, everyone? I'd say it's quite concerning. E10 petrol was launched as fueling the greener future, but after 3 months, drivers are starting to question whether it is as green as it seems. Despite the optimism around the new petrol blend, drivers quickly found their fuel economy and the efficiency of their petrol starting to decrease. Drivers have reported seeing a reduction of up to 20% in their miles per gallon since making the switch to E10. Another tick. Now, I've actually seen people complain that it's costing double now what they used to spend in a month for their vehicle running. So 20% is probably a favourable estimation, in my honest opinion. Now let's have a look at the other costs that have been passed on to you. E10 petrol price among highest in Europe as experts urge Chancellor to intervene now. Drivers have been criticising the introduction of E10 over price increases and issues with fuel efficiency, as new data suggests UK fuel is among the most expensive in Europe. So they're actually hurting you in the pocket for buying a fuel that they're forcing on you. It's great, isn't it, everyone? Now, obviously, this isn't going down well with motorists. They are not as stupid as the government like to think, obviously, and have made a switch that I actually suggested, and that's to super unleaded, which is less than 5% ethanol, as it gives A, better performance, B, more MPG, miles per gallon, and doesn't eat your car engine and fuel system as much. And the people are actually starting to do that. Let's have a look at the final one. It's a rip-off. Drivers paying more for E5 as they slam no good E10 petrol. Motorists are starting to return to using E5 petrol following further problems when using the new standard grade of unleaded E10. Many drivers have reported seeing issues stemming from E10 petrol, which was launched onto forecourts in September. Problems have ranged from the car juddering, low fuel efficiency, and even a distinct smell coming from the vehicle. Now, I've heard of the juddering and the low fuel efficiency, but the distinct smell is a new one. Anyone know what that's about? Now, this has been obviously touted as greener, and obviously that means that we've got to pay more for it, but it doesn't seem to be doing anything for the green, doesn't it? It just seems to be another way to fleece more money, I should say. Now, there are ways, obviously, of removing ethanol from your fuel, and it isn't that hard, but it requires siphoning fuel out of the tank. Big no-no for most people, probably, and results in the loss of, obviously, 10% of your fuel because you've took 10% ethanol out of what you've got. So it's going to cost you as well. So I would actually suggest going on to the super unleaded while we can. Now, if you do want to remove the ethanol, there are videos on YouTube. Go and find them for yourself. There's plenty of them, and it is quite easy, but like I say, it does require quite a lot of work. So the next best thing is paying more for now, for fuel, and not later for engine servicing. You decide. Let me know what you do, though. Let me know what you think in the comments. So it seems to have gone through the whole tip list from the original video, doesn't it, everyone? The gentleman was right, and my deep dive was right. Everything that I said was going to happen is already happening, even 3 months in. Just 3 months. And they're already seeing damage to fuel systems from the MOT, and everybody complaining that the cars are now juddering, smelling, and having to fill up a lot more than they used to. Are we seeing the con here, the scam? E10, in my opinion, is a fuel scam. Nothing short of that. Let me know what you think, though. Don't forget to share it out, everyone. Let's let people know that it is actually doing what I said it was going to do. Stay sane. I'll see you on the next one.